My husband told he wished I'd died in childbirth. Firstly, it's a throwaway because my sister knows my main. Second, my grammar will be shit because I'm pretty upset RN and English isn't my first or second language. I gave birth to our third child a few weeks ago, 4 to be exact. Things as you can imagine have been hard, especially since I've not been well enough to do most things, so everything nearly falls on my husband. Well, tonight we had a fight about me needing to do more. I told him I'm trying, but he doesn't know what it's like, and he wasn't there for the 2 weeks I was suffering in hospital, nor did he witness what the baby went through. He then started screaming I was throwing at his face. Obviously I know it wasn't his fault he couldn't visit, but I was just trying to explain what I was going through. He then started saying I was probably pretending because I was back to myself within days of our other kids. This royally pissed me off, so I shouted at him that while he wasn't there afterwards, he was there while I went through hours of labor, then rushed to the operating room because we were basically both dying. Then at that everything went quiet for a few seconds and he calmly said, "I wished you died watching you on that bed. I prayed you'd bleed out." I was too shocked to say anything at that moment, so I checked on the baby. When I came back he was going to bed and I asked him about it. He first tried denying it, then said he didn't mean it like that. When I wouldn't drop it he told me fuck off, he was going to sleep, and ignored me. So here I'm crying in the living room feeling like shit because my body won't allow me to be a fucking good mom even though I'm trying. I really am, but I'm in so much pain and the one person I thought I could count on just turned on me. What can I do to make this all right with my husband? Should I forgive him and put it down to stress, or should I ask him to go see a family therapist? Everything went quiet for a few seconds and he calmly said, "I wished you died watching you on that bed. I prayed you'd bleed out." And #X200B. That is not something you say out of stress or anger. That's a loaded statement. I'm not sure how you can just move on from that. Either take the kids and go to your parents' house, or have them or a close friend stay with you. WTF. You don't have to forgive him. That was a horrible thing to say. Can a relative help you, or can you move with any? Read The Gift of Fear. No visible bruises. Why does he do that? What can you do to make it right? You can't be serious. Your husband is being a giant asshole, and I hope for your sake and for your kid's sake that this is not how he normally acts. Admitting he wished you'd died and then tell you to fuck off? I can't even process that. He needs to apologize to you, and you need to take it easy for a few weeks. You had a traumatic birth experience, and as your partner he should step up and be willing to fill in for you as needed. That's what you do for the people you love. Minimal. Edited to add that you need a therapist and maybe even a divorce lawyer. I couldn't stay married to someone and continue through life acting like he didn't seriously tell me I wish you had died. How could you be making it up? Hospitals don't keep women there for 2 weeks after labor for no reason. Your husband is disgusting. If he can't handle you needing time to recover, maybe he shouldn't have gotten you pregnant again? Saying what he said can't be interpreted in any other way than he wished you had died. Counseling would be the best option. Him speaking to your doctor and having it explained that you went through something extremely taxing on your body and you need time to recover might help. Maybe see if you can stay with family, as this stress will not help your recovery. I certainly wouldn't be quick to forgive him. What he said was heinous. Literally marriage ending. This is not your fault. You did not cause this. A normal human would be helping their spouse and child. Your husband is abusive, whether or not this is the first time he's said something like this. A family therapist would be the very minimum if you ever want to move forward. Personally, I would be looking for alternative arrangements. Whoa. What the actual F? I'm so sorry. First of all, you don't deserve that. 1. 2. The fact he doubled down and told you to fuck off and ignored you. Wow. 3. This will probably not get better. Like, that is so hateful. I would be gutted ASF. Either he increases his assholeness or he starts cheating, or both. I'm not trying to be rude, but men like that, especially after a baby, they're assholes. I'm sorry. I think since he wish you died so bad, you should leave him and really be dead to him outside the kids. He needs therapy for sure. I don't think this can be fixed. Oh my. Darling, you are amazing. Your body created life, and was cut open to save that life, and your own. That requires so much care for recovery. Your husband is obviously struggling with his role. Honestly, he's not worth your time. I cannot say how much you are worth, all the jewels in the world, and all the love. Please leave this abusive man. Please put your healing and your children's happiness before his needs and terrible attitude. Edit for typos. I've been with my husband almost 30 years, if he had ever said anything half as terrible as that we would be divorced. Being deliberately unkind is terrible, he was way past that into abuse. You can't trust him to be your partner. This is something unforgivable. I would absolutely get divorce after this. Not just for your mental sanity, but for the safety of you and your son. Your body won't allow you to be a good mom. Excuse me? I'm sorry, but your body is just fine. You literally just gave birth. The issue here is your shitty excuse for a husband. How dare he? You don't need to do anything to fix this. What you need is support. I don't care how tired or mad you are, there is absolutely no excuse to say this. I don't know if I could get past my significant other being such a piece of shit, and wishing death on me. I mean, therapy is a start, but the fixing all needs to come from him. Not on you at all. This is something he can't unsay. Dealbreaker. Time to make him your ex-husband. Therapy. Lots of it. That is literally the worst thing anyone can say to a postpartum mom. Fuck that piece of shit. I would leave that soulless asshole if I were you, but if you want to work it out you'll need lots of therapy, and obviously his response to you addressing it is toxic and disturbing. Seriously, be safe around someone who would say that shit to you. Tell your family just in case something happens. It might seem extreme, but it might literally save your life. Girl, leave. You can't make this better. He wished you died while giving birth to your son. I don't think there's coming back from it. This man hates you. This isn't something you can come back from, this is something you take your children and run away as fast as you can for. Call your family, now. Call the police, because someone saying that sort of thing. It sounds kind of close to a threat to me. Get away from that man. Take your children. Here's what you might want to ask yourself. Am I comfortable being married to someone who wants me dead? Am I comfortable with someone who wants me dead raising my kids? I'm so sorry for what you've been through. I hope you find the help you need. OMG. This is a huge red flag in verbal abuse. For your own safety and your children's safety, get the hell away from this terrible human being ASAP. He said he wished you died. Run. I've had some pretty nasty fights with some pretty nasty people in my time. Never have either of us ever uttered words like that. I'm so sorry. Why? You're in an incredibly tough position, but hey, we all have different standards. Only you know what you can take. I'm sure this isn't the first shit he's pulled with you, and it won't be the last. Your call if you can put up with it or not. Personally, I could not hear those words out of the mouth of the same person who said their marriage vows to me. I'm worried for your safety. Please seek advice from domestic violence charity, or at least start getting things good to go with a divorce lawyer. Some things cannot be unsaid. Please be gentle with yourself. He certainly won't be. You should ask someone else, friend, family, hired nurse, to come help you. You should ask your husband to give you space for a while to sort things out. What he said was unforgivable. You definitely need couples therapy if he's willing. If he's unwilling, go by yourself because you'll need support. Honey, I'm so sorry you're going through this, but honest to God, you need to leave him. No loving husband and father should ever say something like that, especially when they don't know what childbirth feels like. He's supposed to be there and take care of you, because a lot of women do have difficulties after child number 3, and for him to say something so selfish and heartless, he truly deserves to be kicked out and divorced. No rights to see any of the kids either. Wishing that the mother of your kids die while birthing another child is a different sort of evil, and he does not deserve you or the kids. Please, for your safety and peace of mind and your kids, please leave him. He's a boss for even letting a thought like that cross his mind. You can tell him to choose couples counseling or divorce, but either way you won't be putting up with his shit. And he's lucky you're even giving him the option instead of just serving him with divorce papers, putting his shit out on the lawn, and telling everyone about the disgusting thing he said to you. What an unforgivably despicable thing to say. You don't need a family therapist, you need a divorce. But first you need to get you and the kids an exit strategy that will protect you if he gets violent. There's no going back from that. He actively wished you would die. I don't think there could be a bigger red flag than that one. Tell a friend or family who can help get you out of there safely. Tell your sister or another family member or friend, and arrange a new place to stay. Pack the kids' things when he isn't there and leave. Send him a message that you are going to separate. Give yourself time to arrange finances and resources. Contact a divorce lawyer and start planning for custody battle. Serve him the papers. Divorce is the only option here. Nope, sorry, that's a deal breaker. Who says that? Not someone who truly loves you. Fuck him, divorce. That man told you specifically how he wished you had died in graphic detail and you want to forgive him and move on. I'd be making a call to his family and telling them what he said. That is a reprehensible thing to say to you, and I'm so sorry. That is not a healthy relationship. Leave. I would not be able to get past this. This is something you just don't say, not even to your enemy, not even if you are stressed. You should not talk about forgiveness when he hasn't asked for it. The only thing you can do is find someone to help do all the things he doesn't want to do that he thinks you should be doing. Ideally, you should do this away from him. His lack of remorse is chilling. The fact that you are trying to hide this from your sister, who you should be turning to, is also very concerning. Why are you taking all the blame here? Is that part of your dynamic? How would you feel if your kids heard their father tell their mother he had prayed for her to die? What kind of family dynamic are you guys creating? You need to be in therapy. You are obviously suffering from more than this one fight. This is a massive red flag. When someone tells you who they are, believe them. You need to leave. Best case, he's just a horrible husband and you deserve better. Worst case, he's a threat to your safety. No sane or safe person wishes their partner's death, no matter how stressed they are. I suggest packing up and leaving ASAP. This is not something you need to make better. This is on him 100%, and it's honestly not something that can be fixed. I also suggest, because in the meantime, who's to say he won't try and sabotage the next pregnancy? It wouldn't be the first time I've heard of that happening. Most importantly, be gentle with yourself. You're healing from a traumatic experience that's left you needing to heal. 2 weeks isn't an extreme amount of time. I hope for the best, sparkling heart. I mean, he actually wished you to be dead. There is no coming back from that. He doesn't care about your pain. He cannot assume house chores for a few weeks so you get well first. Please go away from him. He wished you were dead. This is terrifying. What if he tries making this wish come true? Honestly, this is the end, at least it should be. This is inexcusable. Divorce him, tell everybody what he said to you. They should understand if they aren't total morons. Some things should never be said. He wished that you would die. No matter how much he apologizes, it is not enough. Never will. This will make you resent him. He already resents you to the point where he wants you dead. He said it in a calm way. This is what he truly thinks. It is sad and shocking. I hope your divorce will be okay and that you are provided for. Staying with a monster like that would be a mistake. This made me cry. If my dad ever said anything like this to my mom, I would have cut contact with him completely. I'll ignore him in his own house and everything. Hell, I'll even change the locks while he's at work. And get restraining orders and police watching the house. I'm not letting anyone like that near my mother. Forgive him. Really. You have children. Would you want a man in the future to treat them this way while they sat back and apologized? I sure as hell hope not. Come on now. Talk to your therapist and don't make excuses for this man. Imagine him telling your kids that one day as well. I'd be at a good divorce lawyer the earliest I could in your place. It's that bad. That's how you make it right. He can't take what he said back and deny it. He's unsupportive and minimizes your pain. I wouldn't have such a bad husband, never mind a horrible role model for my kids. This is unfixable, sorry. Also, I'd make sure he doesn't have any life insurance on you. He sounds like a psychopath and you'd better take these warning signs seriously. I hope this is fake. Oh my gosh, sad face, how sad. That is an unforgivable statement, he can't ever take it back. You're married to man who wished you dead. Fuck that noise. Pack up all 3 kids and go to your parents. Divorce this asshole. Tell everyone you are close to what he said, including his parents, so they understand why he lost his family. There would be divorce papers as soon as remotely feasible if my husband ever even implied something like that to me. I wasn't expected to lift a finger for the first 10 weeks of my son's life. This is horrific, and your husband is a disgusting excuse for a human being. Your man is trash. You can't come back from this, but I'm guessing you're just gonna stay with him anyway since your concern at the end is still that you can't be a good mom. Seriously though, why is that what you worry about? Even if you hadn't nearly bled to death, it's just as much his duty to care for the older children. You've already bred with a disgusting monster. The best you could do at this point is get your kids out of his life so he doesn't influence them. We don't need more people like him on the planet. I could never forgive that. Saying that is an act of abuse. What the fuck, that's awful. I'm so sorry, you don't deserve that abuse. I don't see how that is a forgivable comment. I don't how you will be able to be with a man that said something so horrible. You should talk, and if he doesn't apologize then you should consider counseling. Maybe go to your parents or someone with the kids for a couple of days, but it's important to let him know that you won't tolerate this kind of behavior. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. I would start getting your exit plan in order. Look, it's up to you if you want to try to make things work with your husband after this, but will you ever be able to forget these words? If you do get to a better place in your marriage and move on, will you still have these words rattling in the back of your head when you are happy? This isn't some minor thing he said in anger, it's a horrible thing to say and nor just not apologize, but make it worse when you confront him. What kind of person gets upset at a new mother who is just recuperating? Do you have any other support system? Family, friends, moms groups? You need someone right now and it's pretty clear your husband isn't it. Wait. You want to fix this after he told you to F off? You don't have to fix anything. He has a lot to fix though.